The superhero genre has undeniably dominated the global box office in recent years, with the MCU and DCU leading the charge. Modern comic book movies have become a consistent source of revenue, with the MCU in particular breaking countless records and establishing itself as a powerhouse in the film industry. However, not every superhero film has enjoyed the same level of success. Many have flown under the radar, receiving less recognition than they deserve despite their quality. This has been particularly evident in some DCEU entries, which, despite their merits, didn't achieve the expected commercial or critical success. These overlooked gems often go unnoticed, but they offer unique qualities that deserve to be celebrated. With that in mind, here are the 10 most underrated superhero movies. So the 10th most underrated superhero movie on our list is Sky High. Some superhero movies are underrated due to poor reception, but others are simply forgotten. Sky High is one such film, fondly remembered by those who saw it, but overlooked by many. The movie follows a teenager at a high school for superpowered kids who, despite having famous superhero parents, has yet to develop his own powers and is labelled a sidekick. Sky High stands out as a truly family-friendly superhero film with broad appeal. It features a talented cast, including Kurt Russell, Kelly Preston, and Mary Elizabeth Winstead. Though largely forgotten, Sky High remains a highly enjoyable and underrated gem. And the 9th most underrated superhero movie on our list is Fantastic Four. Before the MCU's attempt, Fantastic Four was brought to life in a 2005 superhero blockbuster. Though it achieved some success and spawned a sequel, it was widely seen as a disappointment and criticised as an early misstep in the genre. However, over time, the film has received a more favourable reappraisal, highlighting its underrated qualities. For a 2005 film, Fantastic Four boasts impressive CGI and character design. While not strictly comic accurate, it provided an accessible introduction to the heroes and delivered on the expectations of a big-budget action movie. Balancing various narrative elements, the 2005 Fantastic Four deserves a more positive legacy than it has typically received. And the 8th most underrated superhero movie is Mystery Men. Mystery Men is arguably one of the most underrated superhero films ever made. This cult classic features a comedic cast including Ben Stiller, Hank Azaria, and William H. Macy, along with Greg Kinnear and Jeffrey Rush. The film follows a group of heroes with lackluster powers who must save their city from a notorious villain. The movie excels in satirizing the superhero genre with both humor and respect, long before it became mainstream. Its unique visual style and narrative make it stand out. Despite its cult status, Mystery Men remains overlooked and underappreciated, deserving far more recognition. And the 7th most underrated superhero movie is Hulk. Despite being one of Marvel's most iconic heroes, the Hulk's solo movie history has been less than stellar. In 2003, Ang Lee brought the Green Giant to life with Eric Bana in the lead role, supported by Jennifer Connelly, Nick Nolte, and Sam Elliott. However, Hulk received mixed reviews and is often seen as one of the more disappointing entries in the superhero genre. While Hulk falls short in execution, Lee's vision is admirable. His use of comic book-style visuals and a narrative with elements of Greek tragedy create a unique viewing experience. Despite its flaws, the film reflects Lee's distinct vision, making it an entertaining and worthwhile watch. And the 6th most underrated superhero movie on our list is Power Rangers. Few superhero franchises have matched the consistent success of Power Rangers, yet this popularity hasn't translated well to the big screen. The 2017 reboot of the beloved Mighty Morphin Power Rangers from the late 1990s was largely seen as a flop, but it's an underrated film. While it diverged from the tone of the original series, the 2017 Power Rangers reboot was a solid modern superhero movie that effectively utilised its existing IP. The characters were well cast and well written, with star power from Elizabeth Banks and Bryan Cranston. Though not perfect, it deserved more recognition than it received. And the fifth most underrated superhero movie is Daredevil. Among early 2000s superhero films, Daredevil is often ranked as one of the worst, with even its stars criticizing it over the years. However, this harsh reputation isn't entirely deserved, as the movie has certain qualities that make it underrated. While some aspects of Daredevil have aged poorly, like questionable set pieces and character designs, it still brought the character to the big screen in a way few thought possible and played a role in shaping future superhero blockbusters. Though far from a great film, Daredevil isn't as bad as its reputation suggests, making it uniquely underrated. And the fourth underrated superhero movie on our list is SpiderMan III. The first two films in Sam Raimi's Spider-Man trilogy are praised as some of the best in the genre, but the third is often criticized as one of the worst. Despite its position in the timeline, the inclusion of three villains led to widespread criticism. While it's the weakest in the trilogy, Spider-Man III remains an underrated film. The movie's costume and character designs have aged well, and its action sequences are visually impressive, with memorable moments that have endured. Although it didn't meet the high expectations set by its predecessors, time has revealed Spider-Man III to be better than its reputation suggests. And the third most underrated superhero movie is Birds of Prey. Birds of Prey faced significant challenges upon its release, including the pandemic and waning interest in the DCEU, which hampered its reception. Despite these obstacles, it stands out as one of the DCEU's strongest entries. Margot Robbie's portrayal of Harley Quinn is a highlight, bringing depth and charm to the film. With a strong supporting cast and a balance of thematic depth and comedy, Birds of Prey offers much to appreciate. Its unfortunate timing and position within the DCEU led to it not receiving the recognition it deserved. And the second most underrated superhero movie is Kick-Ass. While the MCU and Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy are often credited with shaping modern superhero cinema, 2010's Kick-Ass is frequently overlooked despite its brilliance. Though it didn't belong to a larger franchise, it stands out as an underrated gem. Kick-Ass combines a grounded superhero narrative with dark comedy and intense violence, offering a unique blend of humor and grit. With standout performances from a talented cast, it achieved notable success but remains underrated, particularly for its role in pushing the genre's boundaries. And the last most underrated superhero movie on our list is Batman Forever. Joel Schumacher's Batman films, particularly Batman Forever, are often criticized as the worst in the franchise. However, Batman Forever, starring Val Kilmer, has redeeming qualities that are frequently overlooked. While it offers a campy take reminiscent of the 1960s Batman, it also tries to capture 1990s sensibilities and explores themes like duality and envy. Although not flawless, its ambition and unique approach deserve more recognition. Often overshadowed by its less successful sequel, Batman Forever is unfairly underrated. So, which superhero movie among these 10 do you consider the most underrated? Let us know in the comments section, and for more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe to my channel.